he was going to give immunity to the only industry in America. Everybody else has to be accountable, but not the gun manufacturers. And we need to stand up and say enough of that. We're not going to let it continue.
We're going to bring you all in on this, but Senator Sanders, you have to be able to respond.
As a senator from a rural state, what I can tell Secretary Clinton, that all the shouting in the world is not going to do what I would hope all of us want, and that is keep guns out of the hands of people who should not have those guns and end this horrible violence that we are seeing.
And those words didn't sit too well with the former Secretary of State.
I've been told to stop, and I quote, shouting about gun violence. Well, first of all, I'm not shouting. It's just when women talk, some people think we're shouting.
You're the one she's quoting, Senator Sanders. She is suggesting in public that you have a problem with women speaking out.
All that I can say is I am very proud of my record on women's issues. I certainly do not have a problem with women speaking out. And I think what the Secretary is doing there is taking words and misapplying them.
I think that's the most pleasant and calm I've ever seen Bernie Sanders when speaking. Anyway, it seems like Hillary is playing the gender card here. Even Mika over at Morning Joe called Clinton's response pathetic. Heather Hansen. Mika have a point?
Hillary was shouting, first of all. She was shouting. Mm-hmm. And second of all, it is absolutely ridiculous. There are instances of sexual discrimination. There are instances of racism. You don't have to make them up. And this is her making one up. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I don't think it's going to do well for her with women.
Does it bother you as a Democrat when people say, hey, this is an election about outsiders and you've been an insider your whole life, and she says, I am an outsider. I could be the first woman president, and that makes me an outsider. Do you agree with that approach?
I don't agree with it, but it doesn't bother me. It's just politics. I'll tell you, what bothers me is that she would say something so stupid that Bernie Sanders was being sexist in any way. To me, it's like what Melissa Harris Perry said over the weekend.
Oh, we'll be talking about that later.
Oh, we are? Okay. Then we'll say that. But these are women saying really stupid things, Hillary. It may not be a sexist thing he said, but what you said is just plain dumb.
Brad?
There is sexism here. It's Hillary's sexism. It's unbelievable that she would project out and assume some essential notion of women, that women shout. So I want to be very clear. There is sexism here, and if anyone's a sexist, it's Hillary.
I've heard women shout.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're actually shouting when they shout.
I don't care, shout, don't shout, but her brain could even go there.
But that's why
is either completely callous and lying, or really she is a sexist and she lives with these notions that it must be a woman thing.
Or someone else wrote it for her.
Yeah, I think that.
I think that
it was a good punchline. She thought, but it wasn't.
But it was horrible. It was probably written by a sexist man.
I think she has seen what playing the victim can do for her. It's what she does best. It's when her poll numbers go up. We saw it after the hearing, and she's trying to do it again, that the old man is picking on the woman.
I don't think she played the victim at the hearing. I think that she held herself as a strong woman at the hearing. And I think that this is playing the victim when you haven't been victimized. She's going to have...
But to keep it all in context, this story is going to pass in about 24 hours.
Absolutely.
So
it'll go fast, but the insight that playing the victim counts with a certain segment of our culture, and that's a very toxic deal, is true.
If I were Bernie, I'd be so angry right now because I saved her butt at that debate with the damn emails thing.
It was the best line of the debate, and it helped her.
He didn't mean to. I mean, this is what we've learned after.
Was he drunk? What do you mean?
No, he delivered the line that was written incorrectly. He was supposed to do that in a very different way than the way that it came out.
What was the goal then?
The goal was to kind of take a shot without taking a big shot.
Okay.
And it came out the wrong way, and it came out supportive.
That we're not able to talk about the issues because of the mistake you made with your emails?
I can't tell you what the line was supposed to be. I don't know. But I do know that the campaign had planned something different than what happened.
Okay, so that was a planned line because he said it was organic.
Yeah.
That, well, you know, it just... I shouldn't be saying this, but still, she benefited from it.
Absolutely.
Here she is attacking him in the worst
get
way
used to
possible.
it. They are running against each other, you know.
And it makes him look better. I mean, that's why I think he was so calm and smiley about it.
Exactly right. He just has to sit back and say, actually, I'm the classy one in this race. You can like me, not like me, agree with me, not agree. I'm the classy guy.
It makes no difference.
In the latest polls, Hillary is crushing everybody, well, everybody. There's like one other person, including Sanders, but she still has a likability issue with white women. That's interesting, huh? You would think she would do well there, Heather.
Because it's so patronizing. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Patronizing or patronizing?
I say patronizing.
Do you
Tomato,
say patronizing
tomato.
or patronizing?
Are we going to spend time on this?
Yeah, I'm just curious. But go ahead.
I think ultimately women do not want you to make these things up. We have bigger problems, better problems, other things she could be talking about. She doesn't have to get into that.
Either way, she'll be the nominee because Biden
Probably
isn't getting
so,
in.
but that's to the Republicans' advantage because she's the one person who loses to almost everybody.
Yeah, Rick, I think that what we're discounting, though, Bernie still has a shot.
Taking bets, babe. Not taking bets.
Bernie still has a shot, though, because all those Chafee and Webb voters are probably going.
That's true. They'll all go to him.
So, do you think Bernie Sanders is sending a coded sexist message? Can't wait to hear about this. Let us know by going to newsmaxtv.com/comments and tell us what you think. Coming up next, boots on the ground in Syria.